Now, our next social venture, our last but certainly not least pitch for today. The next social venture provides the digital gateways for employees to become mentors for young disadvantaged people. Please welcome Volunteer Vision.
Welcome, everyone. Wow, I really was wondering the last 90 minutes and actually 3 months what it would feel like to stand here in front of such a great audience at such a stage. And I have to say, it feels special and big, especially when you started this 3 years ago in your best friend's kitchen. So I thought of a special start for my story today, and I want to make it very personal. I want to take you back 12 years with me to Peru. And actually, if you don't believe it, that's me in the middle. And I was working back then after my final years of school as a volunteer in Peru, in Arequipa, in a very remote area, in an orphanage with approximately 100 boys living there. And my task was to make them ready for their vocational training, to actually get them motivated, tell them why passion is so important, why actually the social skills are so important. So I was ready to start, but actually there was nothing there. There was no curriculum, there was even not a room. So I did it all myself, and I actually started drafting little curriculums, like little kind of quizzes, little exercises, and started with giving classes and then doing one-on-one mentoring, because then you can actually focus much more on the skills of the young people. And after 6 months, I have to say that they all went through this vocational training very successfully. It was a huge change for me also. And I was ready to move on and actually kind of, kickstart this curriculum for other groups as well. But I had to go home, back to Germany, and there was no one else to actually continue with this. And I was wondering back then, how great would it be to have a tool where you could put in all those exercises, all those little quizzes that I did, so that actually other people could share their knowledge with this tool as well. And well, what can I say? An idea was born 3 years ago with my two co-founders, Simon and Zusker here in the middle, and we all believe that sharing your skills is actually one of the best passions that you can have if you want to pass on your knowledge. And what we do is we connect young disadvantaged adults with experienced employees all over the world. We bring them in one-on-one mentoring relationships that are structured, impactful, and digitally. So this is actually the most important part here. And you might wonder, but how do they meet actually? And this is the best part. It's 5 easy steps. It starts with a registration on our platform. So we ask you little questions about your working habits, about your hobbies as a mentor and as a mentee. Then there is kind of the first spark of greatness or magic. And you just have to believe us that we matched it pretty well. And then the next part is actually that we train both of them. So we train the mentors on the background of the others, we train them how to use our platform, and we also actually kind of go through the whole process and tell them how to use it properly. And then they start meeting in our online conference room with all the quizzes that I mentioned, all the exercises that we developed for each program, integrated in this conference room with a mentor script for the mentor so that they can lean on something if they perhaps feel lost or just need a little bit of guidance, with a chat, with notes and with translation functions. So actually everything that you need to make a session work. And the next part is we measure the impact. So because not only the mentees develop their self-confidence and their skills, no, also the mentors develop their ability to adapt, to consult others, to integrate others. And this is also my keyword, actually the time for big impact, because in only 2 years we managed to match 500 motivated mentees with 500 mentors in over 15 countries in more than 2,500 mentoring sessions. And well, I mean, the back of this, or the backbone better, are our NGOs that we're working with together and the companies that are standing next to that. And just perhaps an anecdote from a very actual program, we are just partnering up with SOS Children Villages and actually enabling, for instance, actually 80 mentors, but just as an example, one mentor from Germany to mentor a mentee in Peru. So to scale this even up, just think of the potential. We have 262 million young adults without a job with 2 billion skilled people with a job. So the sky is the limit here, and you can help us get the sky closer with those 40,000 euros, because we could actually enable 100 more mentees and mentors to participate in our program in 2 more countries. But to be honest, I don't want to end with only money. I want to say, this was my story. Actually, now I want to encourage you to start your own. Go out there, do it physically, do it online with us, but please start sharing your skills. Thank you very much.